Welcome to Hidden Squids Gaming. At the last Steam sale, I got all the DLC relating to Darkest Dungeon, so you're going to see a lot of DLC content coming to you soon. I'm still going to do non-DLC and DLC because I want to get a nice mix of both. So this is my first impressions of the Shieldbreaker. Looking at her abilities in general, she likes to move a lot forward or backwards, and obviously with the name Shieldbreaker, she doesn't care about guards or protection for a lot of her abilities, which is amazing. This first fight is going to demonstrate the sheer power of her Pierce ability. As you can see, the gargoyle usually has a high protection, but the Shieldbreaker goes right through it. And for being able to go right through protection, she does not have a low amount of damage. I actually like her as a damage dealer, and I got fortunate that she has a protection quirk on her for 10%, so it doesn't even make her feel that squishy. So I think she's going to become one of my staples in my lineups from now on. She doesn't have a lot of overall health, but that's okay, we can get away with that. Her puncture ability is also really awesome because it will bypass / break the guard of an individual and also pull that individual forward. And this means when high stress damage dealers get protected by a larger individual, she's not going to care about them and pull them right forward. So I really like that about the puncture ability, and I kept that one on for this run through. Another ability I really liked is the Adder's Kiss. It's a nice amount of blight damage and also gives some decent critical mods as well. So having any ability that's going to make her go forward is really nice, such as the puncture or pierce ability. Impale, I was looking at it's minus 60% damage and it adds blights across the whole row and moves back one. I wasn't feeling it. It could do 6 to 7 and add some. I'm going to have to try it later, but for the initial run I really wasn't feeling it because it has to be done in rank 1. But that is where I am considering keeping her most of the time, so I don't think that's going to be an issue. If I was going to put on Impale, Adder's Kiss is definitely going to come off because that also is only a position 1 ability. Another pretty good one is the ability Expose. It bypasses or removes stealth and then increases the crits that creature receives and also minuses the speed on them. And then finally her last two abilities, Captivate, which does more damage against a marked target and also adds blight, which is pretty good so she can function in a mark strategy as well. And finally we get to Serpent Sway, which is pretty awesome. Gets 2 blocks plus 4 speed, which is really good. And then obviously you get the blocks, which means you'll block any damage coming in, which is awesome. I think I'm going to really like the Shieldbreaker, and you can see a couple of more fights with her in this playthrough. As you can see in this fight, there's 2 gargoyles and a ghoul who will obviously all have high protection. So I'm going to use the occultist to lower the protection of the ghoul, while the Shieldbreaker is going to target the other individuals and get rid of their HP. So 50% protection, 8 to 16 damage, still goes straight through, which is just phenomenal, and I'm going to fall in love with the Shieldbreaker in certain regular dungeons. You could buy the Shieldbreaker when it's on sale. At least I know on Steam it's $2 on sale, off sale it's $4. I bought all the DLC I think for like around $12, so it's really not that expensive. That also includes the other DLCs, which I think are worth it. If it's your first time playing the game, I wouldn't put on all the other DLCs. I'm going to start a brand new campaign, which would be my 3rd, to try out the DLCs. But for right now, I'm just trying out some of the characters because I'm very well established in my other campaigns. Obviously, this isn't all of her abilities and none of her campfire abilities, but it's a nice little intro. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe below.